Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video, man. I feel like when that little chuckle comes in at the beginning of a video, you know we're just gonna have a good one, man, okay? So, just simply put, okay? Let's go ahead and get the hard work out the way first with this one, because I'm gonna be real with y'all, this is like 5 videos of mental trauma in one. Like, some of these stories we're about to read are brutal, man. Like, I'd rather hear war stories, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, ladies, we're gonna need you to explain this one, okay? That's simply put, we're gonna need the women to come into the picture here and explain to us what's going on. I feel like, you hear constantly like, oh, I hate men, I'm tired of all these men cheating, all men ever do is cheat, men ain't loyal, things like that, right? Like, you hear these things, and of course, it goes both ways. But it's funny to hear that when you're hearing some of these stories, okay? Because I don't know, man. I have never seen a cheating story these horrible, okay? These all like we're taking the #1 spot, one after the other in worst stories that I've ever, I guess, read online. So this all came, I guess, from a thread on Twitter that absolutely went viral when it happened because everyone was stunned, right? No one knew what to do, bro. This shit was just off the wall. It was uncalled for. It should have been illegal and whatnot, okay? That's the best way to put it. So, ladies and ladies only, I want you to DM me the craziest story of what truly happened when you text him apologizing for falling asleep. Were you on a date? Were you with a person you told your partner not to worry about? Cheating or sleeping with someone else? DM me. It got serious. When you see more quote tweets than likes, horrible response, by the way, if you don't use Twitter. So I'm just gonna let y'all know this is like the gut gauntlet, okay? Like, if you want to be crying later on listening to Marvin's Room by Drake, go ahead and go through this fucking thread, man. I think I have PTSD after reading these, so let's go ahead and I guess the best way to do this is to just start doing them one by one and just get this shit out of the way, the heartbreak out of the way. So, hi, Aloni. I told my babes at the time I fell asleep early, but I had really gone to have a male-female-male threesome. Okay? Yeesh. I had such an amazing experience. One Subway sandwich in my mouth, another in the Subway sandwich deposit slot. Those men really took care of me that night. I stayed over so I was, quote, asleep for about 11 hours that night. So, Jesus Christ, like, what do I even say? You leave your relationship, okay? The person that you're committed to basically just get passed around, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know why you would want to do that in all reality. It's like, did you benefit that deeply, like, ruining your relationship for this, Like, these are the type of people, bro, that, like, they just don't deserve to be in a relationship. And it's kind of sad to read this because, like, if it's real, because, of course, this could all just be trolls that are just destroying people. But, if this is real, like, this is just horrible, right? Like, what do you even say to this? Like, if you're the guy that this happens to, how do you react? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to the next one. I'm talking to a guy that's really romantic and has everything I want. We're even going on holiday together. Anyways, I went out and ended up having a one-night stand. I stopped messaging around 11 p.m., only replied the next day afternoon, claiming I'm not feeling well. The only reason why I replied is because he messaged me asking why I wasn't answering my door. Interflora lady was downstairs trying to deliver flowers. Got my flower delivery and got my back blown again one more time. I felt so bad, but that one night stand was everything. So first and foremost, L for you, right? Like, you claim this guy is like, oh, it's everything I want, but then you go and cheat on him in a one night stand and get your back blown out, okay? Like, bro was nice enough to have flowers delivered to you because you weren't feeling well. Like, that sounds like a pretty decent person to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not somebody you should be cheating on, in my opinion. I don't think you should really cheat on anybody. It's kind of a shitty thing to do. But of anyone, bro, you're gonna do it to someone who really cares. Like, that's an L for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a win. I don't know if this is something to celebrate. You took it. You're 0-1, you know what actually, you're 0-2. So, just go ahead and hold those L's. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, so I canceled on the guy I was dating around 3 months at this point and rescheduled for the next night so I could get my back blown out by a previous FWB at a hotel he was staying at. I remember he texted me like 10 p.m. just chit-chat, and I didn't reply till the next morning. Sorry, I fell asleep, babe. Nah, babes, I was busy, get stretched out. The next night I went on the date with him and got my back blow out by him too. That was a fabulous weekend, woo. I have zero regrets he never found out, but he turned out to be sleeping with multiple women, so he was and still is the bad guy in this situation, and we love to see it. So first and foremost, no, we do not love to see it. Like, you're still a horrible person. Like, cheating is cheating. It doesn't matter, If he turned out to be sleeping with multiple women, yeah, that's a shitty thing to do, and that's the end of the relationship. You can't really justify you cheating first with that shit. You're still also the bad guy in this situation. You're a fucking cheater. There's no way around it. You know, you are not to be celebrated for what you did. Once again, you took an L. First L, when you cheated. Second L, when you said you had no regrets. The third L, you tried to blame him cheating on you as the reason why it was okay. 4, you said you loved to see it. 5, you're probably just an L. 0 and 5, get out of my face. When I was single, I used to have 4 and 5 people on my rotation, so I made an Excel sheet to keep track who I was seeing during the week and what days they were off from work. One of my rotations rain-checked our date, but he texted the night before to make up for it. By then I was already heading to my second favorite's house. I knew it was her day off for my Excel sheet, and she always gives me one of the best experiences I've ever had. The guy texted me, quote, "I know you're sleeping right now, let's do dinner tomorrow." I remember texting him the day after saying, "Sorry, it was girls' night." I should add, I took him off the Excel sheet soon after and moved her up my list. Bro, she took Lil Uzi Vert saying "fucking on your shorty" got my list back up, like, serious as hell. Like, do you know how much of a fucking menace to society, a danger to the nation, a criminal to morals, a monster to mankind, the psycho of the century, category 5 down bad type of person you gotta be to have a fucking Excel sheet, you know, with their work schedules listing out your bodies, man? I'm stunned. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers are out here working like the Department of Taxation to keep their bodies in rotation, bro. Like, come on, man. You guys cannot be admitting this shit on the internet. Do you realize? I think I'm gonna have to award you a ridiculous 14 L's for the whole sheet. I'm flabbergasted. I can't talk. 0 and 14 off the Excel sheet. 0 and 19 off max amount of bodies. 0 and 20 for posting this. 0 and 21 because you're an L. Wow. I told my boyfriend I fell asleep when the whole time I was at his cousin's house having the best night of my life and cracking jokes about how funny it would be if he ever caught us. All right, bro. Apparently you can't trust family. I don't know, man. Like, I once again, why are we flexing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we telling people we did this? You know, once again, L, you fucked his cousin, okay? L, it's you. L, you posted this. L, I don't know why you did this. I'm gonna have to go ahead and give you 70 extra L's for the sake of it. 0 and 74, this was perhaps just ignorant. Hi Alani, so my story went like this. Jesus, not more. I said I had some friends coming over without mentioning one because we have a history, so as expected, he's not a big fan of hers. So around like 11, everyone else went home, but she stayed, and things got very frisky for many hours. Luckily, my guy didn't text me assuming I was busy with the girl, so I just sent a couple good mornings, sorry I fell asleep text the next morning. I of course felt bad, but she's very hard to resist. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, I can't believe that this is even, you know, a story that you have. You don't feel bad, you know what I'm saying? You feel bad, I guess, that, you know, you potentially are going to get caught maybe, but I don't think you feel bad. Insane story, bro. So, the sad thing is like, you didn't even have the fucking guts to tell him that she was showing up, you know what I mean? It's like, that's an L in and of itself. This is like 6 L's. 0 and 6. Hi Alani, so I was dating this guy on and off again for years. We got into our first really bad argument and I was off him. The night after we argued, he kept trying to apologize and link up to talk, but I really went to the apartment next door. I live next to a professional rugby player who's been steady asking me out. I hit him with a "you up" text and he blew my back out all fucking night. Next morning, I walked back to my place from said rugby player's crib and 5 minutes later, my ex shows up. I told him I fell asleep and need space, but had his ass back a week later. L, okay, you took a break in your relationship. L, you're a bad person. I guess realistically, the message is here, fellas, just pray to God she doesn't live next door to a professional fucking athlete. Like, you know, you're debating on what bread to put on the customer's sandwich at fucking Quiznos. I'm making YouTube videos. This motherfucker is playing professional rugby. He's one of the 700 best rugby players in the world. He's a machine. Like, you know, yeah, we lose, okay? So just hope to God that LeBron doesn't live next door, okay? So, Alani, baby, this is me currently as we speak, my boo. Technically, the ship has sank, but he doesn't want to give up. Thanks, I'm home visiting my parents, but I've been in the arms of my ex for days. I swore never to see him again, but here we are. He's been calling and texting for days, but I keep ignoring. I'm running out of excuses, lol. Haha, so funny, right? You know, I feel like if you still refer to them as your fucking quote-unquote boo, okay, there's probably enough hope in the relationship to not cheat. Like, if it's really this bad as you're referring to it as, you kind of took fucking like 50 L's off rip from the fact that you were too much of a pussy to just end it yourself before doing what you did. And the fact that you're afraid to just tell him what you're actually gonna do or whatever is just another like 10. So you're 0 and 60. Told him I'd be finishing work late and that I'd be going straight to sleep as soon as I got home. But really, I went on a date with some older guy who I had talked to and seen regularly when me and my mates would go hang out with him and his friends. Anyways, after he wined and dined me, we went back to his place and he rocked my world. Even got me pregnant that same night. However, my man, now my ex, thought it was from him, and God only, please don't tell us what the rest of this message could portray. Please don't tell me he raised this kid. All right, L for cheating, L for it being a quote-unquote older guy you had been talking to, I guess. L for being a cheap date. Basically, he bought you food and all of a sudden you're fucking pregnant. L for actually 400 L's for being pregnant by this guy. You became a fucking baby factory from a one-night stand. L for breaking up with this guy. I don't even know where you're at in L's in terms of this. I mean, at this point, man, it's like, once again, someone's got to fucking explain this one. I don't know how this one's even possible. Just depressing as fuck to read this stuff. But with that being said, man, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, just stunned and signing out.